Hello. I'm here again with some questions. I always have questions more than I have answers. I'm going to throw a couple of things out that have crossed my mind here in the last few days. Brian Laundrie has been discovered. His remains have been discovered, as we all know. Talk about that just a little bit. First of all, I want to, I've been scolded by a few people. You don't promote your channel. So if you like my videos, please give me the like. I always say that at the end, so I'm doing it up front. And please subscribe if you are interested. And share my videos, obviously. I want to thank Grizzly Books True Crime for having me as a guest the other day, and I see a number of you have come over to my channel. Some of her followers. She does great work, and I was honored to be on her show. So what I want to talk about today, and I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. We know, of course, Brian's been found, his body, his remains. We'll see where that goes. But I want to talk about, and I've asked this question before, what caused Brian to snap? 99% of us are convinced that Brian Laundrie killed Gabby Petito, strangled her. So, what causes people to murder someone? There's a few things. There's the money side of it. There's something to gain, maybe a robbery, a burglary goes bad. Those kind of murders happen. Insurance issues. Sometimes people have to eliminate somebody for insurance, or they have to eliminate someone because they're involved with someone else, and we know of a couple of cases like that. Then there's like the thrill killers. These are our serial killers, usually sexually motivated. Unfortunately, we've got way too much of that stuff going on. But the revenge murder, someone has been hurt so bad that they're enraged, they snap, like I said, and end up killing someone in a rage. Somehow, I believe that's what happened with Gabby. Brian went off for some reason. So I want to just talk about that a little bit. Hopefully, we found his remains mostly skeletal, and that kind of bothers me. And it's hard to believe it decomposed to that point, but we've got alligators and other things in the area. Apparently, the body was underwater, so I suppose it can happen. That seems very unusual to me, but that's what the FBI is telling us, so we'll go with that for now. But more importantly, maybe is the notebook that was discovered, and let's hope that he was man enough to confess in that notebook, that he left a message as to what he had done and why. I kind of doubt he's that manly, but we'll find out. Okay, what I'm going to throw out isn't something I came up with. Someone I communicate with had this thought. This ran through their mind, and I want to throw it out as a possibility of what caused him to snap. What was Gabby doing from August, let's say the 17th to the 23rd? When Brian runs back home with her, flies back apparently, to take care of this locker storage thing or whatever. And a lot of people speculate that they were already fighting, and that had to do with it also. But Gabby is still up in the Salt Lake City area, stays in the Fairfield Inn, I believe it is, for more than one night. I don't know how many nights. But, there's 5 or 6 days or nights that Gabby's alone, apparently, in the Salt Lake City area. Well, it would be hard for me to believe that she just sat in the motel room for 5 or 6 days and nights. And let's just say she did stay at the hotel all that time. She's going to be going down for the continental breakfast in the morning, those kind of things. And I guarantee you, an attractive young lady like that, alone in a hotel, being seen by male parties, somebody's going to hit on her. Somebody's going to approach her. Or if she went out, if she's walking the streets, if she's visiting restaurants or taverns or something, somebody's going to hit on an attractive young lady when they're out. That's just the way life is in America today, and all over the world for that matter. But anyway, assuming that she had conversation, maybe innocent conversation, with one or more male parties while Brian's gone. I think they're already fighting, so for her to, engage with another male party, roughly her age maybe, that would be normal. That'd be normal for anyone. So Brian gets back. They have this blow up. I guess they've got to Wyoming. I can't think of the name of the restaurant, the Mexican restaurant where they're at, where he's causing a disturbance, arguing with Gabby in the restaurant, leaves and comes back in a couple of times. And it's so bad that she's embarrassed and has to come in and apologize for him. So my thinking is that maybe they're just arguing over the reasons they're not getting along, maybe the fact that they are breaking up and pointing fingers at one another, the normal breakup scene. Or maybe she admitted that she had an engaging conversation with another young man. Or maybe a couple of people approached her. Who knows? Regardless, again, this is speculation. They get to their campsite and maybe this conversation comes up then, or maybe it comes up for the first time then. Well, with his jealous personality and his controlling nature, with him thinking about Gabby even talking to another man alone, that could have been the trigger that caused him to go off. And the fight escalates to where it gets physical and she's strangled to death. Just throwing this out as a possibility. Because we have no idea why he would kill her. You've been with this woman for extended periods. You're traveling together. You're planning on being married. And all of a sudden you kill her? Something motivated that killing. I'm thinking it's a revenge, hurtful situation. That's the most probable. Don't want to drag this out too long. But we know something caused him to snap. And it looked like it was starting in this restaurant. And then they get to the campsite and it gets worse. Now, I want to throw one other thing out. We've got Kaylin and Crystal back in Moab, Utah, murdered. And I think the timing of their murder and whatever else happened to them, the timing is real interesting because Brian needs to go back to Florida on the 17th. We're speculating, or from what we've heard, the girls, the couple, were murdered probably between the 13th, 14th, 15th, sometime in that time frame. I don't know that that's been narrowed down. They're keeping all that pretty close to their chest. Regardless, that's still a possibility. So, let's just say Gabby, if on the slim chance that these three murders are related, that Gabby was somehow aware of what had happened with the two girls, and he would have to eliminate the witness. That's a long shot, and I've thrown it out before, and so have other people, so it is what it is. Now, quickly, the body of Brian Laundrie, discovered a couple of days ago. I'm not sure when I'll get this up, but they've been verified as his by dental records, and we've got this notebook, and again, we're hoping he was man enough to admit to something. If he shot himself, which is probably the logical issue here, that he went to the woods and killed himself, probably shot himself. And then apparently the water and the animals have totally destroyed his body to where there's just skeletal remains. Anyway, if he shot himself, they're going to try to recover the projectile that killed him, and it may be still in that area. Sounds like things were moved around, possibly by animals. So recovering a projectile in the outdoor setting is very difficult. Metal detectors are used and all that. So slim chance that they would recover that, but it's certainly possible. If they do recover a projectile, if he did shoot himself, that projectile can be compared to Kaylin and Crystal's murder. The projectiles there, assuming that they were in the body. So, also I want to throw out that we're hearing from pretty substantial information that Gabby was found in a similar condition as far as her clothing, some of it being removed, a similar condition as the two girls. So there's that part too. So that's really all I've got. I just want to throw that out. Maybe he became aware of her speaking to somebody, maybe even flirting with somebody, or them certainly flirting with her, which would be what men do. And his imagination just went over the top and he went nuts. And she's dead. That's probably the best case scenario for him. We'll see what the notebook says. Law enforcement knows a lot. They've been to the hotel. They've done interviews that we don't even know about. Things will come out in the next weeks. So, that's all I've got. Subscribe. Give me the like if you care about what I'm doing here. Check out my book, House Secrets. I'll put a link down below. And for those of you that are telling me that you bought my book, I appreciate that. And please, when you finish, if you'll write me a fair review, those help a lot. I'm going to get out of here, and our thoughts are with the Petito family. Have a good day.